Hey guys, ITFC 101 here yet again, bringing you episode number 19 of my Football Manager 2011 complete Ipswich Town playthrough. And in this episode, Ipswich Town will be playing at home at Portman Road against Watford. Looking to get back on winning ways after the disappointing draw, the 0-0 dull draw, which I'm sorry you had to sit through, draw away at Bristol City. Our home form, as I say in every episode, have been absolutely fantastic. Our away form needs a bit of work, but I'm sure that will come in the future. The home in a promotion season, it's always important to get the home results right, and any points got away from home is where the big teams are sorted. The gap between the big teams and the mid-table teams is how many points they pick up away normally. So at this rate, that's disappointing for us because of course we haven't been picking up the wins, but at least we know where we have to improve. Watford in real life have pretty much been Ipswich's bogey team over the last years. I don't think we've beat them since 2004, and it's been like 12, 13 meetings or something where we just can't beat them. At home we normally draw, although we lost this year. I think Danny Graham scored, a couple, we lost 3-1 I think. And away, I can't remember, Vicarage Road, I've been there once before, and we lost in the FA Cup, I think it was in 2005 or 6, we lost to an 88th minute goal or something after we got the most ridiculous red card you've ever seen. But they've got a new manager, they've got Sean Dyke and is the manager now. I'm disappointed they didn't give the job to Jim Magilton, as I think he could have done a good job, the former Ipswich manager. But they've gone for an untried man, former Watford assistant under Mikey McCarthy. I think Lee Martin gives us an early lead, so it looks like the real life bogey team Watford isn't going to affect us here, which is good news. But of course, as teams have now come back to pre-season, since Ipswich went back on pre-season on Friday, and over the last couple of days, Monday, Tuesday and now Wednesday, I'm recording this Wednesday morning, hope the Premier League teams are starting to come back. I know Manchester United, Tottenham and Arsenal will all come back soon. Wayne Rooney put on his Twitter about going back to training. And of course on Sky Sports News they go around all the teams as they go back for their pre-season training. So it's exciting times in football after the doldrums of the 7 or 8 weeks, especially for Championship teams and Football League teams. 7 or 8 weeks without a match. Premier League, they last a couple of extra weeks, and then you got the Champions League final, the Cup finals and all that. So it's been a tough 8 weeks, but over the last few weeks transfers have become more commonplace. Teams starting to get their jigsaw pieces in place for the next season, and it's just going to be such a tough league next season. And I'm talking about the Championship here, but I think all the leagues are going to be tough. I mean, it shows how tough the league's going to be in League 2 because they've actually made Crawley Town, who have just been promoted to their first Football League season, they've made them favourites to go straight up. So that is weird. Of course they've got the financial backing, so I think it's definitely a possibility that they could go up, especially in a league like League 2. Stevenage got back-to-back promotions last year, so it's definitely possible that they're going to get back. They're going to go up Crawley Town, but they're not a popular team, of course, because they've got foreign owners. I think with a lot of money, they haven't gone around things the right way. But I'm hoping myself that AFC Wimbledon have the more successful season out of the two promoted sides. Of course, they've got the whole story and the history of the whole Wimbledon era, how they've come from nothing, 5 promotions in 9 years, which is absolutely incredible. So I'm hoping they're the team in League 2 who really puts on a good run and hopefully can get towards League 1 at the end of next season. The Championship is going to be so tight. In recent years and like years gone by, they've always said they're a Championship team, but with the Premiership infrastructure, the Premier League setup. However, it's all well and good a few years ago, but now it is basically half the teams in the division can say all these things about probably more than half can say all these things about being in the Premiership before, having all the right things in place, all the right setups, and have the financial backing. So it's just going to be such a tight division. It's really going to be really tough to call. My early prediction is going to be Leicester, just purely based on the fact that they're signing everybody under the sun. Over the last couple of days they've signed Sean St Ledger and Dave Nugent, both players were linked with Ipswich over the summer. So they've managed to snap them up, but St Ledger for about 1.2 million, which I was really hoping to sign. Here's one of the names on my list who I thought Ipswich would get signed up, especially with Gareth McCauley going to West Brom. McCauley was a linchpin on our side for the last 2 years, and it's going to be a real disappointment not having him. We are short at the back, so we have signed Ivar Ingemarson from Reading on a year's deal, but hopefully Paul Jewell will have another centre back in mind. I know we're after another striker. Jewell did say he hoped to have another signing done by Tuesday, which was yesterday. However, today came and went with no signings at Portman Road. So hopefully tomorrow maybe. Apparently Lee Bowyer is close to signing. Kieran Dye has been linked with a return to us. Of course, we were the club where he started his career. He's an Ipswich boy. He's always had a house in Ipswich, and he comes back regularly. I actually went to his high school that he went to, and he made regular trips to his high school to see the kids and help out. I know he's got one of his England shirts in the corridors at that school. So I'd be happy with them two signs ready. Of course, there's a lot of debate about Bowyer, his past, but he's a good player. He's got championship experience, and we need a new leader. David Nars has left, so we need a new captain, and Lee Bowyer could be the man to fill Nars' shoes. He's a box-to-box midfielder, plenty of energy. He'll chip in with a few goals, so I think he'll be a good replacement for Norris. A link tonight, just before recording this, it's linked us with Nigel Rio-Coker. I don't believe that one bit. I think that is maybe we did hold talks, but holding talks and signings are definitely different things. So I definitely think that's a non-starter. I'm more of a realistic than an optimist, I guess I'd say. So I can't see a Rio-Coker joining, but midfielder Ledbetter and Lee Bowyer with Dyer as backup, I think that could work really well. Of course, Dyer is injury prone, so maybe on a pay-as-you-play deal, something like that. Maybe, because he was on 80 grand a week at West Ham and he only played not many games for him. So it's going to be a tough. There's going to be a lot of players interested. I know Leeds and Derby are after Lee Bowyer. I know that for sure, but hopefully we can get them, and maybe we need another striker as well, because of course Connor left for Sunderland. Did I mention that in the last commentary? I'm not sure. But he left, so we've got a bit of money sitting around now. So hopefully we'll be able to spend that, get some good replacements in, and hopefully build a team that is ready for promotion. The big transfer in the Championship was that Craig McCall-Smith surprisingly decides to join newly promoted Brighton for £3 million, which is, I'm not sure why he's done that. He rejected apparently a Premiership club, he rejected Leicester, he rejected West Ham to join Brighton. I mean, if he's going to join a promoted club, why not stick with Peterborough? Yes, Brighton have got a new stadium, but I think probably Peterborough are the most attractive option for me. I mean, they've got other good players. Him and George Boyd link well together, and I think Peterborough could have a relatively successful season this season. Brighton, I'm not sure about. They've got to go to a new stadium, and there's normally when the team move to a new stadium, it takes a while to get used to. So I'm not sure. It's really surprising. But of course they had the money to spend after their promotion. So with links to Norwich, I remember apparently he's close to joining Norwich one time in the Premiership, and now he's decided to join newly promoted Brighton of the Championship. That just makes no sense to me. But I guess it shows it's not all about the money sometimes. So fair play to McCall-Smith. I was hoping he went to the Premiership if he didn't come to Ipswich, so he can get out of the division, so you don't have to play him. He's a great striker. He's got good movement. He's strong for his size. He's got pace. He's pretty much got everything you need, and a top striker for this division. So I definitely think he's going to be up there in the scoring charts next season. So that definitely gives Brighton an edge that they didn't have before, especially with their main striker last year, Ashley Barnes, going to Crystal Palace. And sorry, my screen's just gone black. Just 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. The screen just went black. But back to Brighton, they got an edge that they didn't have before. So I think this will be a great signing for them, and Poyet's a bright young manager, so I'm pretty sure they'll be safe next season. But I just don't see he's going to go down. Doncaster and Barnsley, they're normally around the bottom of the table, but I'm really not sure. I'm just so excited for the start of the season. I really want to get going. Ipswich got a pre-season tour of Holland, which I was planning to go to, but I can't make it. So they're going sometime next week. Hopefully they'll have a couple more players in by then. Premier League news. Is there any big Yes, Carlos Tevez. Carlos Tevez says he wants to leave Man City to be close to their family. I'm not sure about this. I mean, because he's probably going to. Does that mean he's going to go to Argentina and play in a league that is nowhere near as league as the Premier League? And the Liga. I mean, he might even well up and end up in Spain, and that is no difference on the travel. So if I was the Man City fans and he ends up in Spain, I'd be really disappointed. If he goes to Argentina, fair enough. He wants to be close to his family, and that's more important than football. But if he goes to Spain or Italy, or even another Premier League side, even, then I'd definitely be pissed off with that. Pardon my French. Another player who says he wants to leave is Luka Modric. He wants to leave Tottenham apparently for Chelsea, which is understandable, I guess, but with no Champions League football this season, Modric is a top quality player, but how Chelsea can expect again with a £22 million bid is pretty much insulting to Tottenham. He's worth easily maybe double that, 40 million, maybe. They're talking about 40 million for Fabregas, so that's another story. I'm sure Barca will get Fabregas this year. I'm surprised they haven't got him already, but they're talking about Real Madrid making a bid for Fabregas now, so I'm really not sure what's happening with Fabregas. I'm sure he will leave Arsenal soon. Clichy's gone to Man City, so that's another Arsenal gone. Nasri, they're saying, could go to Man City or Man United, which would be a great sign for them. Man United also apparently love leading the race now for Alexis Sanchez, which would be another great signing for Manchester United, but another winger. So I don't know if they're just planning on, I don't know what Alex is planning with the wingers. But that's in this end of the game. Ipswich Town 3, Watford 1. Another great home win, continuing the great series. So I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next episode. Later, guys.